Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today is Monday, which means it's time for another episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick and choose my kit customization for the next episode of Loadout. The way you do this is you leave a comment in the video telling me what kind of gun, accessories, and anything else you think is relevant to the kit. And I will look through the comments, pick one that is top rated, and use it for my next episode of Loadout. Today's top comment comes from Flockman NL. He says DAO-12 RDS extended mags, 12 gauge slugs. Use the support class for extra bullets, magnum or sidearm of your choice. Then he suggests sprint. I've already got somebody in my squad using sprint, so I just went for extra nades. Now the DAO-12 is it's a cool looking shotgun, that's for sure. And using slug rounds with this thing changes up the play style quite a bit. So when you switch over to slugs from something like buckshot or flechette, you're basically taking a scattergun and making it a single shot slug, which does considerable damage, but you no longer have that shotgun effect. Yet you're left with this circle targeting reticule instead of a normal crosshair to aim at when you're hip firing. So it's sort of insinuating that you have a scatter shot gun, yet you're firing a slug, and I wish DICE would implement some code giving you a normal targeter so that you could aim a little bit better with slug shots, considering hitting your target is very important with slug rounds. If you miss your first shot or two in a close quarter engagement, you're basically screwed if your opponent has an automatic weapon. They just kind of open up, spray in your general direction, and you're down. Where with this gun, you have to hit your shots on target because it's semi-automatic and it's just a single slug. You no longer have that scattering protection that shotguns allow you. So another thing that I think really hurts the slug is suppression. Now, when you had a shotgun before, even if you were suppressed, well, the thing's a scattergun. You know some of your shots are going to hit on target if you're within the general vicinity of your enemy. Unfortunately, with slugs, once you get suppressed, it kind of has the magnum effect in close quarters where you end up standing 10 feet away, aiming directly at your opponent, and your shots miss completely. So how about looking at the DAO-12? Well, the thing is a semi-automatic weapon. It shoots at a pretty considerable rate. In fact, I really like the fire rate of this gun. It's really agreeable, and it kind of relies a little bit more on accuracy than just kind of spamming the fire button like some of the auto shotguns do. One of the things I really don't like about this weapon, and I think that hurts it when you compare it to any of the other shotguns out there, is the reload time of this thing. Unfortunately, you can't just pop off that drum magazine there. You have to actually load in each round, and when you have a 12 round magazine with your extended mags, that can take a long time to reload. So sometimes you go on a tear in close quarters, you take out like 3 guys and say there's 3 more behind them, you're getting ready, but you gotta reload, and then you're sitting there for like seconds on end, you know, like 3, 4, 5 seconds just reloading this gun. On top of that, I noticed a weird thing where when you fire all your ammunition and then hit the reload button, there's a weird delay where it seems to take like a second before you start to reload the weapon. I'm not sure what this is about, but it was quite aggravating and really slowing me down a lot in close quarter situations. The other problem about the reload mechanism of this weapon is mid-reload, you are able to actually start firing at your opponents. However, you're not able to zoom down the sights before you do that. So, say you see an opponent at mid-range and you want to start shooting at them, but you want to start aiming down the sight shooting at them, you actually have to fire off a round before it'll stop the reload sequence and let you aim down the sight, or you can switch to another weapon. But either way, the time it takes to allow you to aim down sight from the reload animation is long enough to avoid you from getting kills or get you killed in the first place. So unfortunately, there's no mechanic that allows you to go from reload animation directly to aiming down sights if an enemy sneaks up on you. Now, this mechanic wouldn't be such a big deal if one were using buckshot or flechette rounds, since most of those can be fired from the hip, no problem, but when using slugs and you want that extra bit of accuracy, it can be quite aggravating. So the whole package of using slug rounds in a shotgun that can fire fairly fast allows you a pretty lethal weapon in close quarters and something that can actually kill people at medium range, where before with regular buckshots or flechette rounds you didn't have an option. The problem I find with this, however, is that although it can kill people at medium range and it can kill people at close range, it basically gets outplayed by your average assault rifle or any weapon pretty much that any PDW or any carbine really, because those guns can kill darn well at close range and they can kill really well at medium range. So you're sort of turning the weapon into something that is now competing against your average assault rifle. Now it can kill people with one-shot headshots, which is nice, and if you're amazing at getting those headshots before you get suppressed, then that's an option. But in most real combat situations here, and I say real combat situations, I mean real battlefield combat situations, you're going to be suppressed before you can get your headshots. So this gun, using slug rounds, kind of puts it in a new category where I feel it falls short when you compare it to just about any other automatic firing weapon in the game that is non-shotgun weapon in the game. So you take a gun that's amazing at close quarters with buckshot and flechette, and then you make it decent at close quarters with slug rounds and decent at mid-range. And I think it really hurts the weapon. Unfortunately, it's not my play style, and as you can see right there, I shot somebody in the back, close quarters. It was a solid body shot with slugs, and it didn't kill him. See, the slugs do not kill in one shot in close quarters anymore, where if I had buckshot or flechette rounds, that same shot probably would have killed that guy in one hit in close quarters. So unfortunately, the DAO-12 with slug rounds just doesn't really excel at anything. And the suppression, the overly suppressed mechanic that DICE has added with the new suppression since the last patch, kind of ruins a lot of semi-automatic firing weapons and really hurts slug rounds in my opinion. So can you do well with this kit? Obviously you can. The person who sent me the kit suggestion likes the kit, and that's fine. You know, if this is your style and you really enjoy killing people with slug rounds with a shotgun, then that is totally fine. But I don't think you're going to break any records or impress anybody. If you're a good Battlefield 3 player, you can do exceptionally well with this kit, just as you can do exceptionally well with just about any kit. I don't think you're going to have any advantages, however, using the DAO-12 with slug rounds. I think you'd be much better off if you're really trying to get top score or be as tactical as you possibly can with just about any other weapon. If you want to do awesomely in close quarters, then use buckshot or flechette. If you want a good well-balanced weapon that's good for close quarters or medium range, then use an assault rifle, use a carbine, use a PDW, even a machine gun. All of those I think are better options than this for multiple range engagements. So throwing the slug in this I don't think makes a lot of sense. In fact, I think the only place that the slug round seems to have an interesting little niche is maybe in the 870, because it's still a one-shot kill at close quarters with the 870 pump action shotgun. So I think that's the only place where slugs make any sort of sense, even though all in all I'm not crazy about them. I know some people love these things, and that's fine. Again, it's not particularly my play style, but I think when you look at the numbers, you'll come out and realize that the DAO-12 just isn't anything to write home about when you're trying to get a good, decent weapon that can handle itself at multiple ranges. So that's it for the DAO-12 loadout. If you guys have got some ideas of what you would like me to run with for next week's episode of Loadout, please leave a comment in the video telling me what kind of weapon attachments and anything else you think that the kit needs to run with, and I will pick one of those for next week's episode. If you guys enjoyed the video, please rate it, and I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap signing off.
Thank you.